Good morning. Hi, this is Holly. Thank you for joining me in the Aham Prema, I am Divine Love mantra practice. So, one of the things about this practice is I think really getting an understanding of what being divine love actually is. And so part of it is doing the mantra practice regularly. So I've been doing it twice a day live. And the other is just like feeling what it is to be divine love throughout your day. And some things have been coming up for me. And I'd like to talk about them, so I'm going to, and then maybe when I see how far in maybe I'll start if I talk like before the mantras begin, I can put this is where the meditation starts, like in the notes, because I feel like some things need to be said, and this is sort of turning into a practice and a little bit of an update as well. So that's what I'm going to start doing. So if you want to skip the update and just go right to the meditation, go for it. So one of the things for me about divine love, and as I've been, many of you know, I've been, I left Flagstaff where I was living, and I had this like relationship that was going on for a few years. And now I'm in New York, and I'm rekindling some of my relationships in New York, and I'm making new friends, and it's really exciting. And I am spending time with my mom, who is slowly dying, basically. And one of the things that I realized, well, there's so many things I realized. One is, and I've been saying this for a long time, when I lived in Flagstaff, I felt invisible. I felt like I lived there for 15 years, and it took like 10 or 11 years for people to even recognize that I was a member of the community. Like, even though I did a lot, I gave free yoga classes, but that was part of it, was that there was this sort of like, I kept feeling like I had to be someone smaller than I was in order to be able to teach, so this is part of what I'm noticing about like practicing divine love. And then I also was a mountain biker, and I never quite felt like I fit in. And I know a lot of this is my shit, but at the same time, it's like I'm having interactions with people that I'm not totally comfortable with, and I couldn't put my finger on it. And so then, even though I'm trying to be this open, honest person, I start to kind of warp myself in weird ways so that I can sort of fit in, because I don't want to be totally alone. And I spent a lot of time alone in Flagstaff. So like with the yoga community, I sort of was, I felt like I was squeezed out a lot. Or like I'd do a workshop with someone who maybe like had a name for themselves in yoga, and they would, and like the workshop would receive all these great reviews, but that person like wouldn't give me credit for my part, even if my part was like the major part. It'd be like, oh, I shared the space with another woman, like never would say with Holly Troy or whatever. So, like just doing things and not getting credit for it was something that was definitely happening there. Or just like not, it was kind of a strange thing. Definitely something that I noticed, especially because I'm a person who really loves to share people's work, and if it has any value to me. So part of me was like, wow, well, maybe what I'm doing isn't valuable. Maybe what I'm, so there's all this like weighing going on. But I knew it was valuable because like whenever I would do work, people would have experiences that were very transformational. So that was one thing. Same thing at my job, like refusal to, get promotions and things like that. So then like eventually I was just like, hey, the universe is telling me to do my own thing, which kind of led me on this whole journey. I started painting, I started making music again. So basically down the line, I started to find my power and, started to get my power back. And music was a big deal. Meditating is a big deal for me, being embodied in my life. So now here I am, been practicing embodiment, and what I'm realizing is, like as I've been back in New York, I do feel seen, and I have to admit, it feels really good. It feels really good. I feel more like myself than I have in decades. There was this part of me in like halfway through the pandemic where I got this it was like a reality check, like, hey, I might if I'm lucky, I might have another 25 or 30 years left on the planet. And I don't want to be living my life in a way where I'm constantly compromising. Like my whole freaking day begins with a compromise. And so, the relationship I was in fell apart. And, this was a person I really loved, I'm grateful for my relationship. But like it came to a wall, and there was no going any deeper. There was no going around the wall. And I tried for over a year, So that's just the reality. Then I came out here, and like what I'm realizing is that I'm simultaneously experiencing some grief while experiencing this joy, this like awakening of following my heart. Like doing Aham Prema is partly following my heart. I got this idea, I started doing it. Didn't run it by anybody, didn't have anybody tell me that's a good idea or a bad idea. I'm just doing it. So this, and like as I'm doing it, all this stuff is coming up, and also I'm doing other things, like I did a lucid body movement for actors class on Saturday. It was incredible. Like you're really finding your emotions, and it kind of is in a way similar to writing the energetic body workshop that I created around 2009, and that like, I'm wanting to explore again. So like this workshop is like, the workshop that I went to was like writing the energetic body, sort of, but for acting. Though and writing the energetic body, my workshop is for writing, but it's for any creativity that you do. So like you can, like I might say write for 15 minutes, but maybe you draw for 15 minutes, or, do express yourself. And I also find writing to be very similar to acting. So anyway, but it's brought up some stuff for me where, it's kind of funny. It's like, as I'm talking about it, this stuff is sort of like dissipating. Yes, I'm experiencing a bit of grief. I'm also experiencing this this joy at connecting with people, and this creativity, and really feeling seen, and having this back and forth banter with people, and people just saying, like, you're amazing, or just like, that was fun. I acknowledge you. And so I am acknowledging, and maybe this is where I'll probably stop. I had a lot of other things to say, but this can go on. I'm acknowledging that being acknowledged on a face-to-face level is important to me. It's important. It's just the reality. I am so grateful to not feel invisible. Yeah. I was going to say some things about sex and power, but I think I'm going to keep that for another day because this is part of my process of my reality is verbal. And I think what it really boils down to is acknowledgement and like connection. I mean, I write about it all the time that, everything about life is relationship. And living in Flagstaff, I had a relationship with the forest, I did. And actually, that's why I like these little sparkles, this sparkle filter, because I have these, there's a bit of, I call them the golden light beings. And this little glitter filter reminds me of the golden light beings. And they were my buddies. Yes, I had a big relationship with my bicycle and the forest, and that was like the constant. And the interesting thing is that, Flagstaff is going through this huge, there's all kinds of building going on now, and I don't know how long the forests are going to last. They're being cut down. And, or burned down. Who knows, the last fire was apparently lit by a logger, so, by accident, supposedly, we won't even get into, any kind of conspiracy there. Because there are people with conspiracies. I think it was an accident, but, I missed connection with people. I miss connection with people. And I'm grateful to have that connection. And I'm really turned on in a lot of ways. One way I feel like I'm very stimulated on a lot of emotional levels, and I am coming from burnout. I was really burnt out. And I'm recovering from burnout. And I didn't know that until, I think, this morning. And so there are some parts of me that still feel kind of, I wouldn't say dead, but hey, give me a little bit of a break, I'm navigating the world. I'm re-navigating the world in a way where I'm coming from a place of being a curious child. And I'm letting that child self that never fucking got the chance when she was a child to play up until 50 years old. So, that's where I'm at. And I think that's where, I feel like exploring divine love in a setting with other people is allowing me to do that, is part of the play. So thank you for playing with me, and I will find where I am. I mean, I kind of went on a personal monologue there. I tend to do that anyway, but I'll take you to the meditation. I'll put it in the notes so you can skip ahead if you don't want to deal. All right, so let's get to the meditation. I very much appreciate you. I very much appreciate you coming on this journey with me. So finding yourself in a comfortable position. My smudge is really smudging. It's kind of still going. This, I don't know if you can see the smoke, but I guess my sage really needed to do its thing. Okay, now we'll get ourselves into a comfortable position. Closing the eyes or relaxing your gaze. We're going to inhale and send the breath down the spine into the belly. The belly expands on the inhale, inhaling through the nostrils, and exhaling through the nostrils. The belly releases toward the spine. Inhaling and exhaling. And one more time, inhaling and exhaling. Feeling yourself becoming grounded in your body. And allowing yourself to be open to divine love. Opening to divine love as we go through the mantra Aham Prema. Feeling every cell of your body open and light up with the energy of divine love. This beautiful golden pink light emanating, filling every cell of your body. And the space between your cells filling with Aham Prema, divine love. And with every breath you take, filling up with divine love. And every exhale, divine love flows out into the world, into the universe. And see your entire body emanating divine love. Filling up your auric field, so it's as if you have this golden egg of light all around you. And nourishing that divine love, the beautiful light of divine love with the mantra Aham Prema. Aham Prema, divine love, connecting with the energy of the soul's reality, divine love. So we're going to begin inhaling and exhaling. And inhale, Aham Prema, 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 Aham Prema. Feel Aham Prema echo throughout your entire being. And allow the energy of Aham Prema to expand. Divine love, filling up every aspect of your life and expanding beyond your life to the entire planet. And coming to the realization that there is nothing beyond your life. Everything that happens affects you, and everything you do affects everyone else. Because we're all interconnected through divine love. We're all interconnected through life force. We all share the same air. So sending divine love, seeing the entire planet covered in this beautiful golden pink light. Every being on the planet experiencing divine love. Healing divine love. And sending divine love to different dimensions, seen and unseen. Aham Prema, sending divine love to your past self. Seeing your past self enveloped in this beautiful golden pink light. No matter how you feel about your past, send love to your past self. Going back even further, sending divine love to your ancestors. Seeing your ancestors filled with this beautiful golden light of divine love. And moving into the future, seeing your future self enveloped in this beautiful golden pink light of divine love. Seeing your dreams, your creativity enveloped in divine love, infused with divine love. And then bringing yourself back to the present, back to your body, back to your current life. Noticing how divine love makes shifts in your life. And infusing your entire reality with that beautiful divine love. Seeing, noticing, allowing, feeling divine love, Aham Prema, throughout every interaction, every place, every part of your life. are divine love. Aham Prema, I am divine love. Let's bring the palms together, thumbs meet at the chest, and we will close with Om Shanti, Om Peace. Inhaling and exhaling. And inhale. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Peace, Peace, Peace. Namaste. Thank you for joining me in this practice. Thank you for taking the time to shine your divine love into the world. And, take some time to notice any shifts or just, check in with yourself. I don't know, try checking in with yourself like once an hour and say, how am I feeling? What am I feeling right now? Aham Prema. Slow, beautiful practice. Have a great day. See you later.